In fact, David Beckham, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on. Slightly nervous, can't lie.
Before we start, how are you around hot sauce?
My wife, when I left the house today, she was worried. She was worried. She was like, any show that has paramedics on set is a problem. It's a good start. Little kick. I'm quite hungry as well. I haven't had breakfast, so.
There you go. We offer lunch here, you know? So you've already made a big splash with your new club, signing Leo Messi to Inter Miami less than a year after his World Cup win. How would you articulate the power a former player like you has in talking to a current star like Messi about such a major career change?
There's only so far you can go on the business talk and contract talks. I think player to player, I think it makes a huge difference. And I came at it as a player that had obviously moved from Real Madrid to the LA Galaxy. It's a gift in the sense of I want to inspire the next generation of young kids that are playing in this country, because at some point the US will win the World Cup. At some point. And it needs moments like this where you bring someone of Leo's magnitude. He's good on the field, he's good off the field, he's the perfect professional. Has anyone picked them apart before like this?
There's something about the mechanics here that is new and novel to me from the side of the table. So one of the things that's striking about that free kick against Greece is it almost looks like you're celebrating it before the ball hits the back of the net, which is something I'll see watching Steph Curry play. You know, he'll celebrate a three before it actually goes through the net. Is there a way to describe the sensation of knowing a strike is perfect right off the boot?
Well, you're right in saying, was you celebrating before it went in? Because I was. And that's one of my favourite things to have watched back for the occasion, for what it meant for the country. The moment I hit the ball, I knew it was in. And you see me running away, which you've just obviously said about. By the way, my armpits are slightly sweating already. Good on him.
What kinds of culture shock did you experience when you first entered the MLS back in 2007 when the league was still a work in progress? Is it true that you would eat Cheesecake Factory desserts for pregame meals?
That's a funny story. And that was probably the biggest difference. When you're on the road, you know, as a team, you normally land on the Friday afternoon, you eat together on the Friday night, Saturday you have breakfast, lunch, and then you play the game. But when I first came here, we'd travel, we'd go out and, you know, we'd get per diem. So we'd hold
a envelope of cash?
Yeah, literally as we're getting off the bus, you'd get handed an envelope and I'm like, what's this? And I'd open it and I was like, cash. It was like, great. And then the day of the game, I thought, surely there's gonna be like a pre-match meal, and there wasn't. So we were in, I can't remember where we were, but we were in the middle of nowhere and the only thing that was there was the Cheesecake Factory. And how do you select each person? Is it just a wish list?
We're always pitching, you know, we're always chasing an opportunity, but now it is nice because some of the requests are incoming now, which is a nice...
That's a good problem.
That's a good problem to have.
That's a good problem.
That's exactly right.
That wasn't really that hot, this one.
Enjoy these moments.
I know.
You know?
I knew I should never have said that.
Don't fight against your wins here in this game, all right?
All right.
Do you have a most cherished memory playing alongside or against Zidane, who you've described as one of your football heroes?
I was lucky to have those years with him. And there's a couple of moments, actually, more than a couple of moments that I cherish. I played him a ball in one game. It was about a 60-yard ball. And I was able to just put it in front of him and he came round and he scored this beautiful goal with his left foot. You know, one of my best assists in my career.
What's the origin story of the be honest meme? Because I understand that Fisher Stevens tried everything in his power to keep you guys separate.
Well, he was angry.
During the interviews.
He was angry with me. You know, Fisher, I love Fisher. He apparently wanted me out the house. And that particular day was Victoria's first day of filming. When she was sat there, the door was closed, and then I was about to leave for the office, but I had made a coffee. And then I saw a spare set of headphones, so I put the headphones on. And I heard Fisher talking about, you know, the whole, you know, our parents and our upbringing. And then all of a sudden, I heard her say, you know, we're working class. And that moment, I was like, okay. I headed to the door. I opened the door, and I saw Fisher's face, and he was not happy. And I was like, so that's really, I was like, be honest.
Is it true that you once took down 32 escargots while dining at Chez l'Ami Louis in Paris?
That's my record. L'Ami Louis is one of my favorite restaurants in the world. It's like 100 years old. So when I was playing for PSG, I found this place. And I used to go in there on my own. It used to open at 7:30. I used to go in there at 7. They used to let me sit in the corner. I'd feast and then I'd leave because I couldn't really be seen eating the amount that I was eating at the time while still playing. So I was sat there with my wife one night, romantic meal. We ordered an amazing bottle of wine and I'm sat there and I'm eating and eating and she's just sat there like she normally does when I feast. And she's like, you need to stop. You're gonna burst. I love it.
What makes Say You'll Be There your favorite Spice Girls song?
I remember being sat in a hotel with Gary Neville, who was my teammate for Manchester United, and my best man at my wedding. And we had a game the next day, and we're in the hotel, and we sat there watching the telly, and all of a sudden the Spice Girls came on with their new video. And it came on, I think it was on Top of the Pops, and it was Say You'll Be There. I turned around to Gary and I was like, see the one in the black dress? See, actually it wasn't a black dress. See the one in the black catsuit? I'm gonna marry that one. And as you can imagine, we were laughing and joking. And I was like, no, I'm gonna marry that one. And I did. So, yeah, imagine that.
But the good news is, David Beckham, the wings of death, they're behind us. You've conquered the gauntlet. And to close things out, you know, your hairstyles, they've inspired trends, they've inspired lore, and they've even sparked some controversies. So to close things out, what we're going to do is pull up some of our favorite iconic David Beckham hairstyles, and you just give us the first couple of things that come to mind when you think about what inspired these eras. And we'll start with the mohawk. Impulsive or something that was kind of in the works for a while?
It actually wasn't impulsive because I'd just done a photo shoot where I shaved part of my hair off myself, and then I went into